Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 18th of May 2019. It's a pleasure to be with you today. In terms of the astrology, we have a really intense and super full-on full moon in Scorpio taking place, and Scorpio is always very in depth and deep, and it has a significant effect when we've got a new moon or a full moon. So check out that video. I go into a lot of detail, but let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of on this day, what they want to add and what they have to say. So I'm just tuning in and asking the cards, what's Saturday the 18th about? Okay, the Lovers in reverse, the Four of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Wands upright. Okay, so just looking at this, there's so much growth here today that instead of being ungrateful and not accepting love, you start to accept things that come into your life. And you're able to turn around your love life situation so that something loving comes into your life. So there's room to turn things around and bring love into your life. So it's a great day for love and romance. That's just the instant meaning that I got from scanning all three. But let's go into detail. The Lovers in reverse. The Lovers is a major arcana card, and it's that emotion and that experience of true love, you know, being with your soulmate. And it's either divinely created, destined, or between the two of you, you create an angel and power because you're just really on the same page and it starts to feel like it's divine. Now it's in reverse, so what I feel is happening is that intuitively you look within yourself and you look at all of the things that make you unlovable, or why you feel that you don't deserve love, or why you don't have love in your life and why that's good and right. So if you are single and you don't want to be, and you struggle with this whole love thing, make a list and put the title, I am not lovable because, and then write down all of the reasons why you're not lovable. Because I was mean to my little sister as a child and I deserve to be punished, for instance, or because I'm always so aggressive and rude to people, that's why no one loves me, or because I'm so dishonest, whatever. You'll write down all of these things, and some of them will be ridiculous, like because I stole 2 cents from Susie as a child, and you'll laugh out loud. And some of them, as soon as you see them in black and white, will become ludicrous. But when you think about them, you don't get that feeling of this is ludicrous. You're actually trapped by those kind of thoughts. So that's why it's a good technique and a good tool to put it in black and white, because when you see it, it's like, goodness, I can't believe I think like this. Yikes. So some other things will be there and will remain there. And this is a good time to, if you are spiritual, to hand things over and to say, I feel unlovable because, and you've got it there right in front of you. And you take all of the things and you say, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm now handing this over to the universe for the universe to deal with. And que sera, sera. I'm saying, I recognize who I am, I look within myself, flaws and all, and I intend, this is a good affirmation for the day, I intend to love myself. Or if you're so screwed up with yourself and you can't do that, then say, I am willing to learn how to love myself in future. If if you're consumed with guilt and you really despise yourself for something that you've done, I am willing to become willing to learn how to love myself at some point in the future. It's about getting closer to yourself and accepting yourself and really embracing yourself and saying, I love you, and despite all my flaws, thank you for taking such good care of me. Now, the Four of Cups is someone who's been given a gift of love. Cups is love and beauty and romance and spirituality and a spiritual connection. And he's already got a lot of good things in his life. He's got a connection with his higher self. He's got a family. He's creative. And the universe, just out of the blue, is giving him another gift. But he's so closed off and he's focusing on the negative that he's not accepting that. And today, you're open. You're not closed off. You're open to looking at yourself. That's what Scorpio does. It's like an emotional detective, and you dive down into yourself and look at what's been brushed under the carpet for years and years and years. So you start to accept the gifts the universe gives you. One of the gifts in itself is this ability to be able to look at yourself internally and to say, okay, wow, this is who I really am. And I'm going to make the decision to love myself despite the fact that I'm really, really aggressive sometimes. It's not a character defect or a characteristic that I particularly like, but I'm going to love myself despite that. And I'll work on it in future. If I don't like it, at least I've identified it now, and I'm going to try to be less aggressive in future, for instance. So that's one gift. On the other hand, the universe is actually giving you gifts, watery gifts, on an external level. So you may see something which causes you to have a spiritual awakening and puts you on your true life path and just opens your eyes truly. So you may be driving along and you see a billboard that triggers something off in you, and you're like, oh, and you start to hear the angels sing and you just have a spiritual awakening. Or it could be that someone comes into your life and it's like, wow, miraculous. There's just someone who I really like who's just come into my life, and lo and behold, they actually like me back. Or you discover that you've got a real talent for writing and that you love doing it because you've been told that you're meant to write this little paragraph for your friend, and you said, okay, I'll do it for you. And you discover that you actually love doing this, and you decide to start writing creatively. Or it can be a number of things. Or you've been looking for different meditation techniques that work, and today you keep looking and you actually find one that connects you to your higher self, and it's like, hallelujah, I found the right way to connect. Great. Because the Ace of Wands is another gift from the universe, and it's a gift from the universe that says, here you go, this is the way to live your life in a way that's passionate and that's fulfilling to you, and that's going to give you a lot of joy and a lot of situations that cause you to approve of yourself. So that build self-esteem, that build love within you. And it's a life path that has consistent growth, and that's going to lead you further and further and further to make your life richer and fuller and more enjoyable and more loving. And you feel like what you're doing is meaningful in your personal life, in your working life, in all areas of your life. It puts you on the track where you feel like everything that I'm doing is really enjoyable and I'm passionate about it. And this is like, I could have never discovered this by myself. It's like a gift that was given to me from the universe that's just told me, wow, I've got something that I'm good at, or there is something that I love which I can pursue and do on a daily basis. And that's just made my life much richer, and I have a much more positive experience of my life on a day-to-day basis. And that can't be bought. That's priceless. So today is a gift, and it's a day that may feel a little bit difficult looking at yourself, but be willing to look within and to look at yourself completely, not just the good bits, not just the bad bits, but your assets and your losses, to be willing to accept the gifts that the universe gives you. So don't dismiss, like, for instance, if someone comes into your life who you really like and they like you back, don't dismiss that as, oh, they'll go off me in a week anyway because I'm just such a terrible person. I'm not even going to bother to pursue this relationship because they'll fall out of love with me. Don't do other people's thinking for them. Just accept and be in the here and now and see how it turns out by itself. You may be wrong. That person may love your quirks and may especially love you for the quirks that you think, oh, everyone's going to hate me for this. And that's going to really allow your life to get bigger and more joyful, and it's going to allow you to grow. So today is a day where you really will feel that you're making personal progress and that you're growing and that you're moving in the right direction. And it's a good idea to say thank you to the universe. So best way to do this is as soon as you wake up, say, thank you for giving me another day to live. That immediately puts you on the right vibration, on the right frequency to receive good things coming into your life. And you'll feel a lot more positive at the end of this day than you did waking up at the beginning of the day. 6 and 4 is 10 and 1 is 11. And 11 is the master number of service. So you're being of service to yourself, and by looking at yourself and by making friends with yourself, that's when you can actually start being useful to other people. Because when you know yourself, when you love yourself, then you start living your true life purpose and passion. And that's when you add value to other people's lives, because you're doing something that you really value and care about. And that's then meaningful to you and others. So loving yourself has a positive impact on other people. One, by simply seeing that, wow, there's a person who actually loves themselves. It can be done. And second of all, by working in a way that you care about, and people are like, wow, someone who enjoys their job, that can be done. And also, you're giving them content, or you're doing something which other people then say, wow, I'm actually learning something from this teacher, or I'm able to see things differently because this person has now given me advice in my personal life. So I'm looking at a situation completely differently, for example. So charity begins at home. Be of service to yourself first and then to other people. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com, and click on the readings tab to order your reading. Have a look at the full moon in Scorpio video. I'll put a link in the description below. Please remember to hit the subscribe button if you like my videos, and share the video if you like. And if you would like a reading, then head over to the website, gregoryscott.com. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.